Soy Dani. Howdy everybody, Dani here, and it's PJ Saturday. And as the title suggested, we're talking about eggs today, but we're also continuing our words of affirmation. And I was thinking about a time when words of affirmation are really important. And that's when you're learning a new skill. And since we all enjoyed learning how to poach eggs so much, I thought I'd pull it back a couple of skill sets and I'd talk about how to scramble or fry an egg. So today I'm going to light our chalice because it's good to learn together. So why are words of affirmation so important when we're learning a new skill? Well, when you learn something, you're letting yourself be vulnerable because you're opening yourself up to doing something that you've never done before. And that can be kind of a scary thing. So when people encourage you or tell you you're on the right path and that you can do hard things, then it makes you feel better and it makes you feel more confident. And when you feel more confident, you're more likely to hold on to information. So before we get started, I want to tell you something. I want to tell you that you can learn new things even when they're hard. You can focus even when you don't think that you can focus. You can try, and it's okay if you fail because failures are first attempts in learning. So, when I first made eggs, I did them on a cast iron skillet, which if you don't know is not a non-stick skillet, and I didn't know that you were supposed to do butter. And I made my mom really upset because I maybe had to have her re-scrub and cure her cast iron skillet because I got all the eggs stuck to the bottom of it. But that was okay because I learned that when I make eggs, I typically use a non-stick skillet. Or I make sure that I'm using a frying pan that's cured and I add a little bit of grease to it. So, if you want to come on over, we'll get started. Remember, anytime you light a stove, you need to make sure that you really know what you're doing and you have an adult with you who can make sure that you're safe. Okay, now, as I was saying, non-stick skillet or a cast iron with lots of butter. I use olive oil spray to get my eggs so that they don't stick too badly. But everybody else in my family likes to use butter or margarine. I just use this spray because it's a little bit less oily. Now, believe it or not, when I was 6 years old and I was first learning to do eggs, my dad used this spatula to teach me. And I have held on to this spatula from my dad's kitchen all those many years ago. So I'm teaching you with the very same spatula that I learned to make eggs with. So, eggs helps if you know how to open the carton. It's okay if you don't. Try not to break them. We're not using our normal eggs because it's harder to find things now. Okay, so cracking the egg. It's the most fun part. I'm going to crack on the side and get my nice little goop. And then put my fingers in it and open it up. Woo! And that eggo is just going to sit. And it's going to chill. It's going to be egg. It's egg goopy. It's kind of fun to play with egg goop sometimes. You probably should put your fingers too close to the skillet. That's okay. So now, what do? I let my egg chill. Because what we're doing is we're letting the white part get all firm so that when we flip it, it flips over really nice and easy. Okay? So that's how you fry an egg. It's really pretty simple. So now we wait. I'm just kidding. I'll talk some more. So, some other good words of affirmation that are good to use when you're learning something to encourage people are to tell people that their persistence is good or that you like the way that they did that. See, a lot of times we have a habit when we're complimenting people of using things like, you're so smart or you're so pretty. And those are very true things. But what's really important to focus on when you're learning something is to concentrate on the skill. Like, I really liked how you cracked that egg and you didn't get discouraged when not all of the goop came out. Persistence is just as important as intelligence when it comes to learning a new skill. Now, my egg is mostly solid. It is ready to be flipped. So this white is pretty well cooked, so I'm going to separate it. I'm going to slide my spatula under it, and I'm going to flip it. And just like that, that's done. Now, the person I am making eggs for does not like them when they get too done. So we're making this egg over easy. So I'm going to flip that over, and I'm going to slide over here and grab my plate. And it's just about ready, because she doesn't like her eggs to cook too much. So, we're going to wait. This white is definitely ready to come out, because she doesn't like the film. And what do you think? You think we're ready? Does it feel ready to you? Here's the thing about flipped eggs, is that you just kind of have to feel the ready. Feels ready to me. Ta-da! There you go. Perfectly fried egg, over easy, ready to be eaten with toast. I'm going to set that down. Okay, now, let's say that I wanted to fry an egg, but I made a mistake. And when I put it on there, maybe didn't do such a good job, or maybe when I went to go flip it, it broke. That's okay, because every fried egg that messes up is really just what I like to call a frambled egg in disguise. That's right, it's a fried egg that actually wanted to be scrambled. So if you make a mistake with your fried egg, it's okay, because that egg was clearly meant to be a frambled egg. Now you may be wondering what a frambled egg is. I like to think of a frambled egg as a fried egg that gets a little scrambled, hence frambled. Yes, I invented that word. The phrase of affirmation that you're looking for is, gee, Dani, you're so creative. See, words of affirmation are fun. So let's say I came in and I was like, oh no, I want to scoop this egg and I'm ready to flip it, but I didn't do a very good job. Oh, it got all goopy, I made a mistake. You know what that means? It's time for a framble! Framble! So, my older brother used to really like these kinds of eggs, and he would actually let his eggs fry. Most of the time when you make scrambled eggs, you do them in a bowl first so that they all mix together, but he liked the white parts kind of separated. So this is how he made his scrambled eggs. So, a scrambled egg, and now this scrambled egg is just going to cook for a second. And you see Draco is very attentive to the scrambled eggs, because he knows that every now and then, if I make a scrambled egg and I was trying to make a runny egg that had all the goop, he will receive the scrambled egg. So he's really focused on making sure that I don't forget that he's here to eat anything I make, because he thinks that all food is delicious, because that's just the kind of doggo he is. He's so supportive. So this scrambled egg needs another little scroll about. My gas went out because I don't have a super reliable stove, so that's why that wasn't cooking. So the thing about scrambled eggs is that you want to make sure that you cook them all the way, but you can actually eat them a little bit runny. They're just a little bit easier to get off the plate when or easier to get off the thing if they're a little bit more cooked. So, eggs. I like to add a little bit of salt and pepper to my scrambled eggs, but this one is going to go to Draco, so he doesn't need the salt or the pepper, so I won't do that. This eggo is ready to go. A little bit of white mixed in with the yellow. Draco is so very excited. The tea is about to boil because it's ready to go into a teapot. So with that, my friends, I think that we're all wrapped up. Remember, even when the world is hard, it's okay, because you can do hard things. You are loved, you are cherished, and you are not alone. Until next time, everyone.